Dr. Bredefeld, please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name. Garry Bredefeld. Do solemnly swear or affirm. That I will support and defend. The Constitution of the United States. And the Constitution of the State of California. Against all enemies, foreign and domestic. And that I will bear true faith and allegiance. To the Constitution of the United States. And the Constitution of the State of California. That I take this obligation freely. Without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion. And that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties upon which I am about to enter.
Well, this is unbelievable. I mean, Sal Quintero was sitting here, and when I served on the council 16 years ago, Sal Quintero sat right here with me. It's like flashback a little bit. It's amazing to be back again. First of all, I want to thank everybody who's here. I mean, I know you all have things that you have to do and places you need to be, and you came here to share this with us today, so I want to thank you very much for taking the time out to do that. You know, we have a lot of important issues facing our city. In Northeast, we've had a water issue. We have to continue to obviously resolve that, and I think we're going to do that pretty quickly and address some of the issues for some of those folks out there. We've got to continue to beef up our police department. We've gotten hit hard in the recession, and we've got more police officers, but we've got to do a lot better in terms of fighting crime and public safety, which obviously is the #1 issue for all of us while we're here. Got to beautify the cities. Got to make sure Caltrans does what it's supposed to do, and I think all of us have to have a strong voice to make sure we clean this city so that when people go through the city and traverse it, they don't see what they see now, and that's going to be a priority for me. We made a lot of strides with the homeless. We need to continue our efforts and help those who truly need the help, and we need to continue to improve the economic climate here in Fresno. Tremendous work that's taken place, and I want to be a positive force to help that. One thing I want to say before I thank a lot of people is I'm an ardent and unabashed supporter of the police department. I'm going to be an unabashed supporter of the police department. These people are our protectors. They get up every day. They put on the uniform, a blue uniform, and they protect us. They don't know if they're going to run into trouble. They don't know if they're going to be hurt. Their families don't know that. And I think as a citizen, I've been watching over the last several years, as all of you have, the attacks that have been occurring on the police. I intend to be a very strong voice in support of the police. I hope that does not continue to happen here, whether it's a political attack for political reasons or it's an actual physical attack. These folks are our defenders. And I don't like what's happened in the country, and I intend to be a very strong supporter for our law enforcement. I intend to make sure they have the resources to do their job and to do it well and to serve the public well, but I think they also have a right to go home to their families and be safe. So that's something that I'm going to be speaking out about as issues come before our council. I want to thank a lot of people, because none of us would be here without the support of a lot of people. I have friends here, and I want to thank them for all of their support, all of the volunteers who helped with our campaign, all of the community groups and leaders in our community who helped. I wouldn't be here without them. Mayor Swearingen was an early supporter, and I can't thank her enough. First of all, I can't thank her enough for all she's done for this community for 8 years. I think, frankly, she's been one of our best mayors that I've ever been witness to. Without her, I think the financial situation would have become dire, and it certainly was dire, and it would have gone in a negative direction if we didn't have her leadership and stewardship. And as I've told her personally, and I think she's going to go down in history as one of our best mayors. So thank you for what you've done, Mayor Swearingen. As Paul and Steve have alluded to, I mean, we are given a sacred trust when we're elected to the council or any elected body. It's truly a privilege and an honor. It was when I served before. It's an incredible honor today. I will never forget who I represent, and I represent my constituents. Certainly there are people here who have special interests, and everybody has a right and a voice to be heard. But every decision I make will always be what's best for the people, not only in District 6, but the entire city. And I'm honored once again to have been given the privilege to represent people and serve them well. And we have a great staff, Nicole Demir and Danny Guy, and some of you who work here will get to know them, but they're going to represent the people very well as well. I want to thank my family. I have a tremendous family. I have 4 children, Jordan and Derek, who just graduated law school and passed the bar. And I have Amy, who, believe it or not, works for Disney, making children's animated movies, actually is involved in making the movies, actually gets screen credits when it's over. She's an amazing, talented young lady. And Demi, who is married to Jordan, is a teacher in Texas along with Jordan. And a wonderful family, incredibly supportive. I have a twin brother. Yes, there's another one that looks exactly like me. He's not here. He's in Southern California. But I love them dearly, as I do my other brother and sisters and stepmom, and they've been obviously incredibly supportive for me. But most importantly, I have to talk about my wife. I met my wife when I came out here. After I came out here to get my doctorate, I was 23 years old, and I met her in 1983. We met one night, and 4 months later, we were married. As I knew it, she may not have known it, but I knew she was the one for me. And she has been through everything with me, everything. When I came out here, I came from New York. Some would say that I was a little brash. Some would say I'm probably still a little brash, got a lot of rough edges. She has certainly softened those edges through the years. And when I met her, she was a teacher, had her own home, and she had my daughter, Amy, who was 6 at that time. And what I had was a 1972 Plymouth Satellite. That's what I had. And it came from New York, and if you looked at the floorboard, it was missing part of the floorboard. You could actually drive the car and see the road beneath you. That's what I had, and that's all I had. And I was going to school, and she took a chance on me, and we've been together ever since, and she's always supported me. After I graduated with my doctoral program in 1985, I came to her and said, you know, I want to join the Navy. I want to serve this country, which means we'd leave Fresno. She's from Fresno. I obviously wasn't, but of course I've been here now almost 40 years because I love this community. And she said, whatever you need to do. And so we went to the Navy, we served for 3 years, and we came back to Fresno. And then I said to her, well, you know, I also want to learn to fly. So we started flying and got an instrument rating. And so she dealt with all of that fear of me being behind the controls and actually being in clouds and trying to land a plane. She's always been incredibly supportive. And then one day I said to her, you know, I want to run for political office. I want to do something bigger. I enjoy working with people, but I think I can help people much more in the public arena. And, you know, it frightened her, but she supported me. And she's always been there for me with everything, everything. And only 3.5 years ago, I unfortunately got the news that many people don't like to hear, is that I had cancer. And, you know, the words in sickness and health are words until you have to live it. And she lived it. We went through that. It was tough. I feared I was going to die. I'm blessed to be here today. And she was with me through it 2 years ago, actually 2 days from tomorrow. I had a surgery at Stanford, 7 hours to remove the cancer, and I've been cancer-free since then. And so I hope, obviously, that I continue to remain healthy. I am very healthy now, and I hope I continue. But I love that woman. I'm passionate about her. I'm passionate about my family, and I'm passionate about this city. And you will see that over the 4 years, the passion that I have for this city. So I want to thank all of you for being here, thank all of the people who supported us, all of the people in District 6, and my family and friends. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Gary.